What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Legacy of Learning. Ron Raphael. Give me just a couple to let a few more people in, just in case someone's running a few seconds late. What's up, guys? Welcome on in. You know, got one more thing left before I get with you. 2 seconds. Grateful. I'm always grateful, man. And that's the name of the song, theme song of my show. Be back. Mood, invoke the right spirits. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Legacy of Learning. I'm grateful, always that. For the skills given to me, I'm grateful. You know what I mean? For the greatness given as well. And I hope you feel the same way, because you too are great. Because you were created in the image. Alright? Just so you know. So anyway. Topic of the day is goal setting, part 2. Now me, I've had a somewhat of an illustrious career in regards to goals, right? But goal setting is such a powerful thing. This week alone, just for the sake of putting my money where my mouth is, I set a 5-day goal to finish a cinematic piece coverage of Inglewood, California. Now I'm telling people, get your goals out, get your passions together, get going. And I had something sitting on the side that I knew I had to take care of. So what did I do? I made a decision. I set a goal, I set a plan, and then I started acting it out. Without that goal mindset for this project, something I think is pretty cool and pretty valuable, something I think Inglewood really needs, and I think I need it too, man, is coverage of the city. Something about the history, what's going on with it. But anyway, that's the sidebar. What's important is that goals can get you there. And when you do not set a goal, anything can happen. Most likely, the odds are you will not achieve most of the valuable things you need to do in life. Okay? So here it is, the first step or the second step in this process. Now, the first thing we're going to do today is, well, a little bit about me really quick, because I guess sometimes if you're new or if you've never seen me before, who is this guy? Why does he get to talk? He's got this baseball, football cap on. He's from New York all the time. What is he about? What's going on with him? Well, Ron Raphael now is an established author, but that doesn't make me an intellectual or someone you should listen to on this subject. What does is the fact that I probably graduated salutatorian or valedictorian of every class since I've been in school, outside of finishing in college. But in college, I made Dean's List 3 or 4 times, and I got really bored with college and wanted to leave. It was no longer my goal to top my class because I did it 3 times for a dean's list. Thereafter, my children went on, my progeny. My son, 4.0 throughout school, all the way. My daughter, pretty damn close. They both achieved something, and I figured something out. I have something here, and that's something I coined the legacy of learning, and I created a system around it. So that's what this is all about. And today we're going to talk about, in regards to goal setting and module number 2, we're going to talk about the 10 life value system. Why it's important? Because it's a structure for placing goals inside of your life and achieving results. Something I wish I had. So that's why I'm using it and offering it to you, right? The next thing we'll do is watch the module. And after the module, we'll do a ChatGPT breakdown of goal setting within the context of the 10 life value system for creative entrepreneurs, which is the stop I need you to make after you finish your intellectual progress and you figured out your passion, how to maximize your passion. And that's what this goal setting exercise is about. How does the 10 life value system, the tenets inside of it, get you where you're going? What does it really mean to have a structured life value system? And lastly, I'm going to end with something that is a piece of advice, some of the best advice that I've ever gotten in life, and I am going to share it with you. All right? So that's the last part of it. Something I think you need to add, actually, to your goals list, whatever it might be. So let's get to it. The 10 life value system. 10 life value system, here's the background on it. Let me bring it up for you guys. The 10 life value system, the history of which means the people that invented the system. It is not I. It's actually something that was done by Dr. Spencer Holman. So let's read what they have here, right? So this is their site. And I came here because you should go to the source if you want to know about somebody and something. So I came here to the source. Give me 2 seconds, man. This is live. You got to close this door. You're going to get a whole lot of noise if I go. I really like going live, man. This is my thing. So anyway, 10 life value system. And this is the main site. And it says here, obviously, what you see. System is the foundation, or the fountain, pardon me, of life. And I agree. Now, what is it about? The history of the system. Let's talk about that really quick. The 10 life value system was founded over 30 years ago in 1984 by Dr. Spencer Holman. His vision centered on creating innovative, value-based personal growth and examination of life through the lens of the 10 life value system, or 10 life values. The success system is the 10 life value system. So I basically said the same thing. The system serves as an internal guide which governs your perspectives, your decisions, priorities, and interaction with others and with the entire world. Okay, so this is a good foundation to start with if you're going to make goals, right? The 10 life value system consistently and strategically offers methods and tools for evaluation, examination, management, and hierarchical ordering of essential components for your life. The 10 life values has consistently transformed people through their quest for excellence and success in life. This work was inspired by an ancient wisdom from his master teacher, Imhotep, spiritual connections to God, and my research. That's him sharing how he got this vision. Across the United States and around the world, there are numerous stories of people who gained success and accumulated wealth in every area of their lives implementing his system. the distinctiveness and power of the 10 life values: spiritual, health, family, appearance, dwelling, mobility, education, profession, leisure, and wealth is found in its precise yet pliable customization, which accommodates the randomness that stems from our choices. So you get to do your thing within this system. Trust me. I've been using it since I found it. And the ever-shifting existence we call life. So life is moving around. This is not a rigid system. These life values are compartmentalized into distinct yet connected parts. That's the very most important part to me. These allow for intense focus and clarity on the areas best suited for the pursuit of your personal dream and life of excellence. If you're reading along, you notice that I left out a word there. So that's the background on the 10 life value system from the horse's mouth. Now, how I came across this system, it was after 20 years some odd. I came across it listening to a lady named Crimson Cure on YouTube. So shout out to her. And thank you for revealing this to me. That way I could share it as well with the world. Crimson Cure. Go check her out. She coaches women into being lionesses. You'll see what she means. So anyway, the 10 life value system. To me, this makes a whole lot of sense. When have you ever been given a template of values that are universal, an explanation of those values, and then given the task of assigning yourself goals and aspirations for life? You would think that would be the best way to do it. Yes, I think it is. And today, you're going to do it. All right? Part 2. So that's the system. Now let's listen to the module. This module that I'm going to play for you is inside of my course, right? And inside of the book, the chapters, there are exercises. Each chapter has a module, and each exercise has accompanying modules. Exercise number 1 is goal setting. It's broken up into 3 parts. Part 2, I'm going to play now. So if you, I guess, you can go back or you can go forward, or maybe you're in order, all right? But the first exercise was basically thinking big, thinking crazy, and writing as many aspirational things down on a piece of paper. It's a brainstorming exercise. This is going to start to narrow things down. Let's check it out. Okay, we're back. So how long did it take you? 2 minutes, 5 minutes, a day or two? Hopefully it took you a little bit of time, because this exercise is not about rushing. It was about figuring out what are your true desires in life. Now, this paper that you have or in front of you, it should be full now, right? You should have a bunch of little notes. Some of us are going to take different colors and different, whatever it is, doesn't really matter. As long as you, to as much as you possibly could, wrote down all of your goals, expectations, desires, and you put them here. Now we have a collage, so to speak. And now I'm going to task you with the second portion of this exercise. You're now going to take this paper with all of the things that are motivating you, or all of the goals that you would like to have in life, whether you thought about them or not. You gave it some thought over the past few days. You should have a few new ones on here, hopefully. You're going to take these things and you're going to insert them into a more structured format, which I have for you here. But before I show you this, we're going to have a brief discussion about it. We can categorize our goals. Specifically, I told you not to do that. I wanted it to be free thinking. Write them all down, doesn't matter how they connected, interrelated, really doesn't matter. Get to know yourself in this process is what this was for. Now that we have done that, we're going to take this stuff and we're going to organize it to some degree. Now, you could do it in any fashion you like, but for this course, I would like you to follow the thought process that was derived by a gentleman by the name of Dr. Spencer J. Holman. He came up with a system called the 10 life value system. A thoughtful man, a provocative man, some might even say an intellectual. But what he did for us was come up with a scheme by which we can figure out how to approach life. He called it the 10 life value system. Now, all your goals you just took, I want you to then, by category, list them under these values here. So briefly, let's talk about the values. They go from 1 to 10. The first value is spiritual. The second value is health. The third value is family. The fourth is your appearance. The fifth is your dwelling. The sixth one is mobility. The seventh is education. The eighth one is profession. The ninth is leisure. And number 10 is wealth. Now, what's really interesting about this 10 life value system is that even though it's written out here, in a linear fashion, it's really a thought process that's cyclical. And that's why you're looking at this image here. It is the interpretation of this list as we should enact it. It should start off with number 1 is listed here. You should progress through this list 1 through 10 sequentially. But this list actually is interactive, and this is how it works. The first one, the second one feeds into the third and fourth, and so forth. And ultimately, we end back right around to spirituality. The reason wealth is last is because that's where it should be. Wealth in and of itself, without the supporting values, can lead you astray. So wealth.
Yeah.
But if one is done right,
100.
and the subsequent steps are followed and done with sincere earnesty, by the time you get to number 10, wealth should be achieved. That wealth is not to stand alone. It's designed to feed right back into number 1, which is your spirituality. So that's what this system is about. So now what you're going to do, as I said before, you're going to take that list that you came up with the full collage on it. And then you're going to start categorizing these things. Take them one at a time and assign them to one of the values in the 10 life value system. All right? How long it takes really doesn't matter. It shouldn't take more than a couple of hours with this portion of your exercise. Now list them all. Now when you get to number 7, you're going to stop. You're going to list everything, obviously, that goes under number 7. But now we're going to be more specific and more detailed because that's why you're here. So write these goals down. And then educational goals. And then I want you to, on your own, put down 3 steps you think will take to get you there. All right? So for education, number 7, what 3 steps you think that you would need to do to get you to your educational goals? Now, once you're done with this part, we'll be wrapping up your goals and moving on.
Okay, pretty short and sweet as it was meant to be. The module on goal setting. So I didn't go into too much depth, Because obviously, if you're taking a course, I want you to get through something really quickly and prompt you to action, and the book is supporting it. So the modules are short purposefully. But today, I promise to give you more. So let's go a little bit deeper into the 10 life value system. And the way I gave it to you, right? Which was basically I assigned an exercise for free thought of setting a goal. And I didn't give you the parameter first because I wanted you to go through the exercise exactly that way without the parameters. Now in part 2, you're getting the parameters, right? And it'd be nice if you had it first, but you are getting it first. You're getting it before you've completed the exercise. It's to show you how powerful a structured approach to everything can be. So now let's talk. So I went to ChatGPT, and as I'm supposed to do with my previous challenge and prompt for myself, was to constantly use AI to improve my life, my business interaction, and to help me basically get really good at doing a whole lot of stuff so I can make this channel the best I could. And so GBT had to, so in doing so, as I said, I prompted ChatGPT again, right? And I posed a question, and the question was this. Shall we reverse it? Let me bring ChatGPT up here for you guys. So this is what we have. And the prompt is this. Research, no, actually, no, I'll read mine and then I'll read the cleaned up version of it that ChatGPT offers to show you the difference and how it interprets what you gives it. And it does an excellent job, by the way. So research and analyze the 10 life value system by Dr. Spencer Coleman and create a list of life goals, including creative entrepreneurship, which is my thing, which is where I'm trying to get you to. Past accomplishing the intellectual part, putting in that work, and then coming over to your passion. So that's why it's in here. And mastering a skill set. Include the power of growth and add an evaluation of the concept of communication and it being the apex skill needed. Okay? So that was my prompt for ChatGPT, right? And what I got back was a very professional response always. And this is how it paraphrased what I gave it. Mr. Raphael, here's a structured, formal yet concise analysis based on Dr. Spencer Holman's 10 life values, alongside tailored life goals in life with your interests in creative entrepreneurship. Skill, mastery, personal growth, and communication. So alongside the 10 life value system, it will include tailored life goals in line with your interests of creative entrepreneurship, skill mastery, and personal growth and communication. So that's the prompt. So this was really good stuff. This for me is always the best part. Discovery together and having a research assistant that I don't have to pay bring us valuable amounts of information. So here we go with the 10 life value system overview. Now, what does it mean? It's one thing to give someone a list, a structured list, and give them spirituality, health, all the way down and say, here's your list of life goals, and go ahead, do your thing. These are all good things. And most would take that list and walk away. But what will happen right thereafter, soon after, or in an attempt to implement this thing, is what does it really mean? So just like the rest of my
publications, the book I write, the next 2 books I'm going to write, I'm working on right now. My job is not to give you fluff or just to tell you what to do. I have tasked myself with specifically showing you exactly how to do the things I recommend. And in order to do them, the best way to do this is to give you full understanding and the psychology of why something should be done. And here it is once again. So, spirituality, what is it? If I'm going to do it, please tell me what the hell it is. If you're helping me, right? If you're coaching me. And so here it is. Spirituality, belief systems, and ethical foundations. That's what it is. Now, we can have different discussions on it, but this is pretty straightforward. Health, and I had trouble defining this, right? But with help, it got me through. Health, physical, mental, and emotional wellness. Family, here's one that was really cool for me to read. Nurturing relationships and responsibilities. How many of us say this when we think of family? But this is spot on. Appearance, personal presentation, and style, which I think is very important, especially for creative entrepreneurs. Dwelling, the quality and sanctuary of your living space. Mobility, travel, time management, societal navigation. Some of us have trouble with this more than others. Education, formal and informal learning for intellectual growth. And that's where the legacy of learning comes in. Number 8, profession, your work, your vocation. In essence, your contribution to the world. And do you know, you get to decide that. You do, as long as you're willing to work on behalf of that decision. Number 9, leisure, recreation, and rejuvenation. And creative pursuits, which sometimes can also be in profession, but I think this is outside of a creative profession. What types of things would you do creatively for leisure? The last is wealth, asset accumulation, resource management, and an abundance mindset. Now, if you want to add something to this list, you think it's not good enough or is missing something, that's fine. But I think this list is pretty damn good. Now, with this list, we now have an explanation of what these categories mean. Each value has a goal. And what are the goals of spirituality? Well, I propose, is what ChatGPT said here, to develop a consistent reflective practice. Okay. But the purpose is to strengthen moral clarity and resilience. Do you see why it's number 1? In order to tackle life, without this key stone, linchpin stone, or whatever you want to call it, I might be mixing up terms here, you're pretty much dead in the water. Spirituality is number 1. May I say it again? And never replaced by anything else. Next is health. Why? Like you said here, what's the purpose? Well, the proposed goal is to implement a holistic routine. The purpose is to support sustained creative and professional energy. You stay in shape not just to look good and feel good. It is to facilitate your purpose. Your spirituality is your foundation. Health is second because you're no good to anybody, including yourself, if you do not take care of the machine that's been tasked with the purpose of taking care of whatever goals you set. So what you want to do, shoot yourself in the foot? It's like putting the wrong gas into an engine when you want it to go. It doesn't make any sense. Maximize life by maximizing your health. Family. Dedicate regular quality time to loved ones. To what? To build emotional support and legacy. It's a selfish reason you support family, so you get it back tenfold. Appearance. Curated personal brand aligned with creative entrepreneurship. And this is to project confidence and professionalism. Develop the very one thing no one has control over, your personal style. I bet $1 million no one has control of that. But do we know we have control of that and the purpose of it and why it's important? Mobility, refine time and management. Perhaps explore productive travel experiences. Elevate work-life balance and networking. So we are mobile because it exposes us to more of what other people have to offer the world, and it exposes them to the things we have to offer, or the one thing we intend to offer the world. So mobility, get out. Quick story, mobility. Every time I get out to work on this project, I meet wonderful people. It's happening every day. I am now writing in a note to get out and shoot every day. Life's about people. Education, master a skill set, coding, marketing, film, editing, through structured learning. You have to put in the work. It doesn't come by mistake. The purpose is to fuel personal brand and entrepreneurial offerings. So put in the work. Profession, launch creative ventures. Translate passion into impact and revenue. The mantra should get a t-shirt that says that. Translate passion into impact and revenue. Look for it. It's coming. Leisure, schedule enriching creative activities. This is why we do all this stuff, so we can spend money and time with much as we can after we've earned the right, with family, friends, enriching their lives and ours. Lastly, wealth. Apply strategic financial plans. Things they do not teach us in school. And you should add to your list of goals to become, on the very basic level, financially literate. Know what money does, how it works, and how you are going to use your money inside of that system. Anything else is heresy. You're off with your head type of thing. You know what I mean? After all this work, you make money and you don't manage it. And as many of these tenets they do not teach us in school, you have to seek these out or chat with me. It's actually one of my backgrounds. I have a 20-some-odd year background in financial services. I have 3 certifications, and one of them is in that. I have an insurance background, planning background for estate, and also tax background. So I'm not just talking from the side of you know what or the crack of my hoon just because I'm this regular, straightforward guy. There are multi-layers to me and my accomplishments in life. Trust me. Get to know me. So anyway, the 10 life value system. Back to it. Let's finish it up here. Now, going on, I also asked for integrated strategy of these values, power growth. So communication, the apex skill. Now, this is what I wanted to offer you. And we'll talk about it. Communication, right? Dr. Holman emphasizes family, so on and so forth, and profession. Meaningful contribution, both critically dependent on communication. You are not going to get things done in life. So let's back up really quick. The number one thing that you could ever master in life, and I don't care what anyone else says, I'm willing to step in the ring intellectually with anyone. The number one thing
is communication. Da-da, I know you've heard it a million times. But have you heard it in this way? That you should become the best reader, writer, and speaker you could ever be. Reader, writer, and speaker are the paramount skills and the best piece of advice that I could ever in life give anyone if I had to give them one piece. I got this from my grandfather. I called him Daddy Raphael. And he told me that one day when I was at a pivotal point in my life, extremely impressionable. And it came from someone that I really respected. Those two things left an indelible mark on me. One of the smartest men, one of the most regal men I've ever met in my life, only 5'7". And when he told me this, I put it in my back pocket, right? Alongside my change and stuff I keep for safekeeping. And I've kept it for the rest of my life. So yeah, become the best communicator. What the hell does that mean? Become the best reader, writer, and speaker. And within those disciplines, there's work to be done. So don't act like you don't know what that means. Okay? And inside of those disciplines, reflect on my notes. It's really hard to figure it all out and pull it all together. What is the main driving force in being a communicator? What are the commonalities across all forms of communication? How can I get this philosophy, the formula? And that's how I learn. That's how I teach. Because everything has a structured formula once you do it a million times. And humans have been communicating since the dawn of time, from what I understand, since we've come into existence. And we've been doing this very thing under one structured format that has existed since we became communicative. It's called telling a story. Become the best storyteller you can ever be, and you will master communications on all forms, all levels. And in a moment, we'll look at the simple structure set up and has been followed forever for telling a story, which means becoming the best communicator, which means becoming and understanding the power of reading, writing, and communicating, speaking to communicate. I would even place it above math. Because a pimp could talk his way into money. Sorry to say. Is this a little bit too... I digress. So communication is the apex skill. And for anything to go right, for you to communicate with your family or create a clear, articulate message or leadership structure for your family, is communication. Let's see what else they have to say here. Clear articulation strengthens spiritual participation and family bonds. Persuasive communication underpins entrepreneurship and wealth creation. You have to be able to give a presentation, a beginning, a middle, and an end. What it is, why it's important to someone, and how it's going to change their life. It's all communication. The richest people in the world speak. That's all they do. Communication, why it's the apex skill? Also because it's instrumental in media-driven appearance, educational mastery, and leadership all rely on effective communication. Do you want to be a leader? If we had a choice to choose one or the other, okay. And is it because if you do not choose being a leader, is because you're apprehensive about speaking? Standing in front of a crowd? voicing your opinion clearly and articulately. Those are skills you develop. Take power of it. Tailored goal. Master communications as an overall skill. Verbal, public speaking. That is the number one fear. Heights, fire is all trumped by verbal speaking. People fear this like nothing else. That's why I say do it now, do it often, do it till it becomes a skill that leads you towards success in life. Written, persuasive writing, and marketing content. You have to write effectively. Visual, film, and storytelling. These are all communication mediums. Interpersonal, active listening, empathy, and collaboration. Master communication skills in these areas. Let's conclude. The 10 life values offer a flexible yet comprehensive framework for personal and professional development. Prioritize communication and mastery is the thing I'll offer you today. So, unlike the module, which is very short, this, I think, even though it went on for a couple more minutes, I think it's worth it. I think we should have stayed, we should have talked. And I wish someone had given me this. A talk like this. I would have enjoyed it. I would have cherished it for a lifetime. There is one goal that I'm working on. I shared with you last time, and I'm still working on it. And that goal, turn this back down, that goal is finding you. That is my number one goal. And my second goal, are you ready for it? Brace for it. Is to become the best storyteller that I can ever be. Because that's the way I find you. It's Ron Raphael. Let learning be your legacy. Now remember, jump down in the descriptions. I always have something to give away from my site to help you structure things. And this one is for goal setting. Now, how we do this is we go into my site here, which is Legacy of Learning. Let me bring you in with me. Why not share? Oh, there you are. Legacy of Learning.com. By the way, it's also listed under my name, ronraphael.com. And you can see there it is, Ron, just click it. Okay. I've clicked it. Now that's to my site. I'm going back, that's the wrong one. That's to I want to go to legacylearning.com. So let me not click it. Here we go again. Legacy Learning Cube. There it is. It came up. So this is the site. When you go on my site and you would like to collect whatever I'm giving away, just scroll all the way down to the bottom here, and it's really easy. You don't have to do too much. Because my offerings are set up either 1, 2, or 3. It'll have a number, and you can either do something like this, 1 through 3, and get them all, or just list the one you want. Here, I'm gonna send myself an email. Ron, not much, at gmail.com. And I'll put it in the wrong place. Okay, move it down. See if it copies. Oh, that's good. And I'm gonna put RR because I know it's me. And I'm going to hit send. And as soon as I can get it, I'll send it back to you. I'll sit down and take a few minutes and send you all the connections. But you should have everything you need there for some real contemplative, deep thought on your goals. Remember, that's what this exercise is about. It's about you. Get going, man. And when you're done, give me a call so you can go through my 5-day challenge. First day is free, where I get you to your first step in your creative process, your passion as an entrepreneur. Remember, let learning be your legacy. Always. So much so that it becomes something you'll remember for. Let's go out with the song that we came in with. It's called Grateful.
When I look into into your eyes, a reflection of a face I see.
When I look into your eyes, I truly see a reflection.
When I look into your
That's
eyes,
probably one of my problems. My gifts,
a reflection
empathy,
of a face I see.
amongst with a bunch of other flaws. Not perfect, but I'm happy to offer the best I have to you. So yo, get on it, man. Stop playing around. Finish that goal. And then we'll go on to the next part, which is putting all of these in a structure and getting going. You're gonna get going. Alright? Hey, big ups to my man, Third Rock. He created this track for me, and I've been getting dinged a few times on YouTube. But to solve the problem, I'm grateful for the greatness in me. Grateful for the hate, the envy. Grateful.
When I look into your
Going back to the days when I used to do this. Peace out, y'all. Much love. Have a wonderful week, a great week. And remember to do the things you need to do today to become the person you would like to be tomorrow.